What up? It's your boy Goober in another episode of Not a Masterclass. I am not a master. This is my humble studio. In today's episode, I'm talking about why the Fomo is real and why you need some Fomo in your life. Because without it, how are you ever going to go after the things that you want? This is why Fomo can be a good thing. I'm watching as ChatGPT takes over the world, and I discovering it around 4 months ago and seeing it go ham, taking away everything. And I'm just sitting here on the sidelines, just like watching everything happening. I'm like, hey, how can I be part of this thing? And I'm just here trying to survive, okay? I'm spending most of my days trying to survive, just watching things happen from afar. I'm watching business happen from afar, not just AI, but entrepreneurship, all these things moving around the world. And I'm kind of just like a bystander, just watching things happening, and I'm getting actually irritated that I'm not part of these waves, that I can't participate with the world the way that I genuinely want to participate. And I keep asking myself, why is this happening? Why do I keep finding myself in these FOMO positions where I'm just on the sidelines? And I'm like, man, this is actually really, really, really upsetting. Because I spend a lot of my time, even when I'm doing projects that I actually want to do, I feel like I'm spending a lot of my time just having to think about survival. That really messes me up, because I'm like, look, all my time is so diffused across multiple things that I don't kind of want to do, because I need to do these things in order to survive, or in order to, make and pay rent, or in situations where I don't have rent, it's needing to think about food and other expenses. And it takes up so much of your mental capital and your time that you're forced to just like be in this sidelines while all this massive waves are happening. It's creating millionaires, it's creating all these successful people who have the time to invent things. You're just like, how did they do this? How did they find that life hack where they can just focus on building something they wanted to build and creating their own freedom doing that? And that's the life hack right there. Being able to participate in the luxuries of society and civilization without just being a hamster on a wheel. Being the wheel on the hamster every day, having barely any time to do anything else. And even when you do have that time and you spend it, you just end up not just a hamster wheel, but now you're a hamster wheel who's trying to claw his way out of the hamster wheel. And that takes up all your time in the world and all your energy, and it just feels like you're just grinding and grinding and grinding and grinding and grinding, and it just feels like it's never ending. Okay, it's been a long time that I've been doing this, and I'm actually pissed off that I haven't figured out my way out. Every time I feel like I've come close, something reveals to me how I'm still stuck, and it's like, wait. And that's because I remove my distractions. And when I remove those distractions, my pain becomes apparent to me how much I've disassociated from how bad the situation actually is. It's not good. You think it's okay. You think the worst part is actually having a comfortableness that seems okay and that things are okay, but they're actually not. It's that it's easy to know you're in a trap when you're in pain and you're bleeding. It's easy. What the hardest part is when you're like in a honey trap, where you're eating delicious honey and you're in the trap and you're sinking, but you can't tell because it tastes so good and it feels so comfortable. And you're just like, you know what? I just gotta sit down and I'm just gonna slurp in this honey. But you know what? That's not the solution either. I've actually tried. I've tried to quit. I've tried to quit so many times. I've legitimately tried to make myself quit because it felt too hard. So I was like, you know what? I quit. But even then, I couldn't do that. I'm not physically or mentally capable of actually quitting. Because I've tried it, but it's just so bad. Okay? The alternative is so bad that I have no choice but to keep going after this stuff and clawing and trying to just create my own freedom. Because imagine, I'm not talking about having money. I'm talking about having a real, genuine freedom where you're just waking up and thinking about the things you want to think about. doing the things you want to do and living and benefiting off the luxuries of civilization without being the hamster. And I know that sounds unfair, but look, just think about it. You have a civilization with a bunch of hamster wheels. Everybody's running on the wheel. And you have a very few select certain people who don't have to run the wheel. They've broken out of it, and now they enjoy all the benefits of luxuries of society. And to be honest, the only way to enjoy these luxuries is to live life on an elite level. If you really think about all the luxuries in life, what's actually stopping you from living it? Because you're stuck on a wheel. And then those actually living on those luxuries, they're not on the wheel. Yet those luxuries are built because there are people on the wheel. So it feels like the most unfair advantage ever. I'm not blaming these people. Look, they, respect to them, they found their way out. But what's interesting is like, wait, you're either on the hamster wheel or you're not. But these luxuries are only existing because there's hamster wheels. And that's kind of weird. That's kind of messed up how things are kind of just set up like that. So that's the trap we're kind of in, most of us. And we don't realize how much that sucks because we're constantly distracting ourselves and numbing ourselves. Whatever free time you have, you want to go and unwind and relax and enjoy those happy little moments. And good for you. Good for you. If you're someone who can do that, I don't know how. I've tried. I just couldn't do it. I needed to break out. I still want to break out. Because I literally can't see an alternative. There's no way for me to be happy with the alternative. I couldn't. I tried. I actually tried so many times. I'm like, I'm only happy. I'm not even. It's extremely frustrating. And I'm at a point where I'm at a breaking point that I have to figure a way out and climb out of that wheel and create that freedom. If it's the last thing I ever do, that's what I'm going to spend the rest of my life on, because I can't do it. That's the real FOMO. It's like I will do anything, not anything. I don't want to lose my integrity in the process. I think that's more valuable. But it's do or die trying. There's no what ifs. This is the only way forward. And I don't know how people do it. I don't know how some people can just, be content with those things. Content with the hamster wheel because it gives them and provides for them and their family. And hey, I don't know. I just don't know how people do it. I don't know. I physically and mentally cannot freaking do it. Okay. And this is just some of the epiphanies I've been going through. When I go to these museums, I went to the Computer History Museum. I was just like, look at all these inventions. These are people that made inventions that changed society. And to see how far we've come, you're like, this guy wasn't in a wheel. He somehow figured a way out to just build something that he knew. It's not just entrepreneurship and making money. This guy created a device that revolutionized entire human civilizations, computers, okay? And I mean, look, we have smartphones now. It's insane. It's insane. Now this guy's in Los Angeles, like, for example, one of the earliest, Steve Wozniak, he made Apple computer, he designed it, and now he's still alive. He's just somewhere buying crypto or just chilling. I don't know what he's doing. But he's a real person, and he made the computer, and one of the earliest, mass-consumed computers. And he's still alive, and he's just chilling somewhere, and his earliest model is in a museum. Imagine being that kind of person, where you're just like, the thing you created is in a museum, and it propelled society forward. And now you see everyone in society walking with something that was built on the backbone of something you built. How crazy is that? And that's why breaking out is so important, because when you see something and you're not okay with it, you have to change it. That's the real FOMO. That's why you need that FOMO in your life. We can't keep distracting ourselves. But you know what? If everyone broke out of the hamster wheel, there would be no luxuries of civilization. So it's a very tricky question to understand. Is it built in a way where only few can make it out, so that we still have these luxuries? Because without them, there is no luxuries. Without the hamster wheels, there is no luxuries for the people that break out of the hamster wheels. And I'm not saying everyone, don't let those people out, because look, what, either some are free and some are stuck, or we're all stuck? No, that's not a solution either. Should we all be free? Okay, but how? How can you all be free? And everyone gets to benefit off these systems that were built, that were run on people on wheels. Is it robots? If we put in robots instead of humans to do these things, will we then all have the freedom of enjoying life's luxuries without the hamster wheel? Will we still need money anymore to pay for those luxuries, because now you have robots doing things, so why do you need money? Right? Can't we just live off the inventions and the automations that we have? Or is that just gonna put a lot of people in even more misery? I mean, think about that. Really, really think about that, because this is what's happening, and this is the real FOMO. And if you can't get in touch with that pain, I don't know what to tell you, because it is painful. So stop numbing yourself. Stop distracting yourself. Really stop disassociating with how bad the situation is. Otherwise, you can't make a solution. I don't even know if it's even possible to make a solution. I don't even know if the odds of winning are just seem possible, because everyone online seems like they're doing it, but the people online that are doing it are the ones that did it. So you're like in this echo chamber of, wow, look, everyone's succeeding except for me. I don't even know if that's true. It seems like it, because now everyone has a voice. But if you look at the numbers, like where's the broke person online saying how he's been working for years and couldn't make it? That's what I'm gonna try and find out. And if it's the last thing I freaking do, because I've had enough. And I'm gonna cut out all my time in the world and cut out everything and just go and focus on that one thing and never look back again. This is just my morning rant. I'm gonna hop on off now. Thank you for tuning in. Stay fearless, stay FOMO'd, don't run away from your pain, and I'll see you guys